Hi, it's me, Pammy, and I finished this vintage, the Book of Garden Flowers. I left the beautiful cover the same. It's a little, tattered like, but it's got a linen feel to it. I think it turned out really good. I took out the original signatures, and because I thought it didn't look modern enough, so this has more of a vintage look now. There's two signatures. I've just clipped on the beautiful dangle with the dragonfly, little bees and honeycomb and leaves and buttons. There's a bird there, and it lays nicely into the side here. And I didn't add a closure. I just liked the way it looked, and it's not so full that it still lays nicely. It's just a really cute, nice size. And let's see, and this will be listed in my Etsy. It's about 8 1/4 by about 5 1/4. Two signatures. It will come with this fun pen, flower pen. And let's look into it. So all my information, there's two digital kits I mainly used. One is this beautiful kit here, and I would cut things and make tucks or pockets from it, etc. And then I used another one that I copy dyed. So I will put the link to those. All right, so let's get started. Right here I have this, and this is from a different digital, but I added the dimensional little butterfly in the pocket. I have this card here with a little sewn sheer fabric at the top. And then I have a little paper clip here that's got a little lace, little vintage look to it. And here is some scrapbook paper. It just so happens to say a little definition of flower added. Every leaf tells a story. It made a booklet using scrapbook paper. There'll be stickers throughout. I won't say that every time, but I added a little gold with a marker. It's from one of the digital kits, and I added a Tim Holtz frame around it. Copy dyed some papers for this little booklet. In the woods I bloom. And flip this back on. Well, before I do, I need to keep it off because here I added from using a digital kit, I did a cutout. And then I also added this beautiful owl and cactus dimensional die cut. So I like to do this in my fairy or garden journals, where I do a cutout, and then I use the beautiful digital paper to make a tag. And I just like the way that looks with the flowers in the background. Now I can clip this back on. I did some light stenciling on some of the plainer back of this stationery. Just tucked a couple things here. Looks like I need to add something there. Just collaged a few things here. And here I added this large leaf. Right here on the edge. Beautiful paper. Added this little card for journaling. Yeah, this is such a cute little size journal. I love it. If it doesn't sell, I'm going to keep it. Added sewing with stitches, and then added little pieces of a flower. A couple little things. Here's from the original book, garden book. Here's the original garden book that I pieced together and sewed, glued. Coffee dyed paper throughout. Coffee dyed this paper. And here's some coffee dyed paper with a little lace doily imprint. Here I have a plant stem that I added burlap to. So you've got a lot of places that you could journal. And you can tuck this right in here. You can see the flower from the edge. A little tuck here with this cute little bee, and you can see the flower. He just came from that flower, I think. And this is beautiful paper with the floral illustrations from the original book here. Lost in the Woods, Found in the Soul. And then the middle of both signatures, there's two signatures, have some Edith Hogan pages. Beautiful. And I thought these leaves that I added to the center look like the leaves here. So I like that idea. I'll be doing that more. And added something here, added this little paper clip. That a little gold to it, and also it holds it shut here. I cut this from the digitals. Opens up like this, and here added some washi tape, and it folds back. Here's the papers from the book. Coffee dyed paper. And I have this as a tuck here. The mushrooms and the toad, isn't they cute? Little tag. More garden flower book. Here I have a vellum pocket that I printed some mushrooms. Added a ruffled trim here. And then here, I think it's My Porch Prints, and it's the Easy Junk Journal pocket. I think it's mushrooms, 3-in-1 pocket. So you have a few things in here. Very cute. So there's that. And then here, so cute. And on this side, we've got a few little things in here. Don't confuse your path with your destination. And then here's your third pocket right here. Adorable. Oh, something else too. Love that. So put that in a little mushroom pocket. And over here we have a beautiful paper clip. I just added a few things to little flowers. And it holds in, pretty paper, this little envelope. I could put something in there. Or you could just put something in there too. I'll just leave that for you to fill. And there's a little moth, maybe, butterfly. And I'll put all the information to the two main digitals that I use, this one and this one. So I've coffee dyed it, added some flower stickers, added a mushroom. Here is time worn and full of wonder. Just added a few things to this beautiful paper. And here's some stationery. And more stenciling, just really lightly so you can write over it. Here we have a little tuck here and a tuck here. And we have some leaves and some burlap. A few little things added into this pocket up here, or tuck rather. And then here we have a little card with a leaf and some paper to write on. Added a sticker. I thought that's cute. Look at the little bird. And that's the first signature, and it lays nice and flat. The second one, you can see in the paper, there's like an envelope. And so I kind of wanted to still see that. So what I did was I took some sheer fabric. It was probably a curtain. And then I took this beautiful sticker and I sewed down onto the sheer fabric. So I could still see it. And then I could put this altered envelope in it. And it has some paper to journal in. So I love that idea. Okay, going into the second signature, added this beautiful butterfly with kind of a rose gold foiling, and I cut from a digital kit this here to make a belly band, as you can see. And then journaling spots, isn't that beautiful? That I took from the digital kit, made a little place to journal. Coffee dyed paper or the digital paper. There's the stationery, the stenciling. And then here on this paper, I just added a few things to make a tuck and a little tag. Here I have a little booklet. I did a belly band, just clustered a few things and sewed across. So there's plenty to write. Some cute little owls. Beautiful digital kits. I will put both of them in the description. Coffee dyed, original book page, added a sticker, plant. This, just added a little tuck at the top. Love this scrap of paper. I just had the one piece. Added a few things here. So this tucks in this way. And then we did this one together, this envelope. And how I put it in is I added that beautiful die cut and that little piece to tuck in. And then you can still see the beautiful paper. So we did this together and made an envelope out of a book page. Added the little cluster, and you could add whatever you want into the pocket. And then you just put it back in beneath these here. Now we get into the middle of the second signature. They both have this beautiful Edith Holden paper. And then look, I made little leaves that look like the leaves here. So I will be doing this more often. I love that effect. Isn't that cool? And there's the bird on the last one in the Edith Holden pages, and a bird on this one. All right, this has a little tuck here with some cute little tags and a playing card of a beautiful garden. And then also some paper. I did a few things here. Oh, this is a card. And then we have this bird here. And I believe I got this from Pamela with the Hippie Gypsy. I think she gave me some of these. Isn't that cool? It's a stamped image. This one has a bird. And then it's put on with a little ball pin. Like that. All right, here I made a little tab to hang this from. Then I added some, like a little plant stem. And then I added this, like a little picture frame. I think it's Tim Holtz maybe. And then just to frame the beautiful landscape here, and added just a tiny little tag. Tucks in. Echoes of Another Time, and this is a little leaf. Added that there. The original book page. And added a little cluster here. On here we have a side tuck I sewed down with a stitching. Added that. And this is a die cut. With that gold, rose gold foiling. A couple little tags. And this is also from that mushroom 3-in-1 with, I believe, my porch prints. I think that's Tim Holtz. Oh, and add this little, these fibers here. Okay, here I added more little cutoffs onto this page. Added this playing card, the dragonfly, and this little tag. And we have more stenciling. There's a little butterfly or dragonfly. Just on the back of that stationery. Added a few things here. Coffee dyed paper. Okay, this I just cut around some of the digital paper and made it a belly band, and then I added more of it to some thicker scrapbook paper. Poetry of Nature, added this little emblem there, and then added these trims to the side. And then we put that in there. You can see the flowers poke out here, and this beautiful trim flowing down from the top. Added a few things here, and then the back has a like a little pocket. I added the flowers here, the flower, and then you can just untie this. And inside we have this playing card, the bird, a couple tags, and some coffee dyed paper here to draw on. So, I hope you enjoyed that flip through. And yeah, I totally switched things around. I had it more kind of a cottage chic, and I'm like, no, I took out all the signatures, or the 2 signatures here. I revised it. So yeah, you can always switch things around. And then I just re-sewed 2 new signatures in. And I'm really happy with it now. Really happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed the flip through, and if you're interested, check out the description, and all the information will be in there. So thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.